is going on, guys? I have been seeing the comments. You guys have been asking, where is Turdzilla? Well, it's been chilling off to the side. You guys know we got a ton of projects going on. When we got this car back, all I knew is we wanted this car back. We actually saved this car from a flood, the hurricane that came into Florida. Basically, how it ended up working out, I bought it not shortly before we had a big hurricane, and where this car was parked, it would have been flooded out. So we saved Turdzilla. It would have been total. It would have been just done. So we got Turdzilla back. I wanted to do something crazy like Godzilla or Barra or whatever, but I also was sick of rollers. The GT500 was a roller. This was a roller. The black GT500 was a roller. So many rollers. So got to thinking with my friend Don, and we said, let's do something simple and cheap. Let's get it running and driving. Threw a 3-valve in it. So we put a 3-valve that came from Brent Speed with mother thumper cams, VCT lockout, and I got some various different parts for the swap. Tossed the 3-valve in this thing, fixed a few things up. It runs, it drives around the yard. It sounds super cool. I'll start it up here in a sec. But if you notice, it's in line to go in the trailer. So I'm not telling you everything that's going on, but we are bringing this car to Ohio. It's then probably going to go to Brent Speed and get a lot of things finished up. This car is by no means going away from the channel, but it is going to be out of Florida for a while. And there's quite a laundry list of things to do, and I also got a pile of parts that goes along with the car. So I'll show you guys that here in a sec. We are leaving basically tonight. We're bringing this, driving through the night to Ohio. The trailer isn't coming back empty, and you guys know the red GT500 is gone. It's just, she's gone. El Chapo, Fine. So let's go start Turdzilla up. If you guys aren't familiar, I wanted to, finish up this build. I just have not had the time, and I have really so much stuff to do. So I'll show you guys this here in a sec. So the last thing I wanted was another roller, something that does not run and drive around here. There's some Freedom Parts rollers. That race truck is actually for sale. That thing runs and drives. These two are rollers. That actually runs and drives. If you guys are looking for an SN95 roller, I got one. That thing, so they're rollers, I don't like them. So we shove this 3-valve in here. We got a Ford Racing intake. I have some CETA underdrive pulleys to go in. We have the JLT cold air. We need to move the reservoir around, battery relocated. We got a UPR battery relocation. The MAF wire, we just did a real quick MAF wire extension. As you can see, it's not finished. That's gonna change, but get this running, driving, moving. We have the T45 out of OG in here. It was just like, let's get this running, driving, doing something, looking decent, but we still got a ton. There's so much left, and it's a lot of little things, but it takes a lot. So we are bringing this up to Don. He's gonna tinker around with it. He's been wanting to tinker around with a manual car for a little bit. I just went through and hooked Turdzilla up with all sorts of different parts. Previous owner punched this, so we got a new sail panel back there, a gauge pillar pod, the Celine wing, brand new boxes of stuff. I got some strange shocks going in it. There's just so much stuff. There's an MGW for it. So yeah, let's just start it up. I wired in an AM wideband. So yeah, let's just start the old girl up. Runs good. favorite part. being 100% done. Okay, what still needs to be done? A lot. One of the main things right here. So this is the one thing that's kind of held it up, and I just haven't had time. And so we're using a 2-valve ECU to control this, right? So, and that's because we have the VCT locked out. This operates just like a 2-valve. It may be a 3-valve, 3 valves per cylinder versus a 2-valve, but it operates the same way. We got a crank sensor, going down there, and you have a camshaft position sensor right there. When your VCT is locked out, it's no longer doing anything. Here's the kicker, and the thing I didn't know until the engine was in the car. The cam on this side has 5 points of pickup. So it has I would assume, a higher resolution, while the 2-valve only has 1 pickup. So on that cam sprocket, there are 5 different pickups, and we need 1. So what's happening when this runs is it's throwing a camshaft position fault, and I believe that it's running, when that happens, it runs in a batch fire. So it's running certain banks in batch fire rather than sequentially firing each spark plug. I believe that is how this is running and operating. It sounds relatively okay, but when we start to tune it and make power, it's just not going to be the way you want to operate this. So this valve cover's got to come off, and you got to grind off those 4 points of pickup so that this can get the correct cam, crank, sync, and then we should be able to start working through the rest of the list. We did a lot of weird things for the swap, but it's not that crazy. This is an IAC, so this is what allows it to idle. And we have an open, MAF, obviously. I have the filter in there, but the battery's in the way, so that's got to get relocated. So it's a ton of little things. But as of right now, it runs, it drives. It just needs a lot of little things. The wheels look awesome. The hood looks awesome. Just needs some touch-up. And don't you forget, Turdzilla. This thing is really the longest lasting channel icon. Besides, OG is my original car. That car's never going anywhere. Turdzilla is always going to be on the channel. You can see we worked through the list pretty well, but yeah, the bumper needs a little TLC, but it's there. So if you know what's going on, comment down below, leave a guess. We're headed to Ohio. Good old Turdzilla. I love this car. It's got a lot of memories. This is like one of those, one day when I have that, big barn or shop, garage, showroom, it's just gonna have this thing just parked right with all the other cool cars. And there's a lot of cool cars I wish I could keep. I can't keep everything. It's actually a really cool Roush we picked up for Freedom parts. Not getting parted out. We're going to be selling it. That's a S95 Roush. I have too many cars. I can't keep it. But that is a really cool car. But this one, for example, this one will always be around. Turdzilla, OG. Those are just, the most important, cars to me. And yeah, so like I said, if you have some comments, if you have some suggestions, things you want to see with the 3-valve swap, also leave them down below. We got quite a list to kind of get through, and yeah, so let's get this thing loaded up. I'm gonna be headed out driving quite a ways, but make sure you leave a like on this video, comment down below. I have been doing so much stuff in the background, and the new videos that are going to be coming up are just crazy with the various different projects we'll be finishing up probably this month, and the new GT500 replacement. It's just next level. So I'm really excited for it. I hope you guys are excited for it, and we will see you guys in the next one.